So how do we go from a property that looks like this, an old house earning $600 a week on a nice block of land, to two luxury rooming houses that can earn you $342,000 a year in rental income, plus give you a $1 million equity in less than 2 years? I'm going to show you exactly how we do it in this video, so stay with me and see exactly how we do it. The number one question I get asked every single day is, what is the best investment I can make today, with negative gearing being gone, capital gains tax being affected in some of the investments that people are making, and all the latest government changes and uncertainty in the world? Let me explain to you why Armchair Developments are the best investment you can make today and retire in less than 2 years with just one of our Queensland rooming house projects. This is not a misprint. Within 2 years, you can literally be retired with just one of these Armchair Developments. Now, there's two reasons why Queensland rooming houses are the best investment you can make today. Number one, cash flow. Queensland rooming are achieving 12 to 14% yields and rental returns. Secondly, capital growth. Capital growth increases of between $700,000 to $1.1 million and more are being realized once these are built and tenanted in just under 2 years. The other reasons why these are such a fantastic investment is because of the affordable luxury designs and exceptional furnishings. Queensland rooming houses get much higher rents and tenants absolutely love living there. Just have a look at some of these photos and some of the other images on this presentation to see exactly why these are such a premium rental opportunity. Now, what this does is create a high demand and almost zero occupancy rates. As we know, single renters are the fastest growing demographic in Australia today, and these premium properties are designed especially to cater for that market, ensuring that you'll have them filled with tenants for years to come. I'm investing in exactly this type of investment myself, and I've been investing my whole life. I invested in over 30 properties, and this is the best investment that I've seen that you can make in the market today. Now, how do you retire in less than 2 years? Well, basically, you're turning a $700,000 investment into a $1 million or more capital growth in less than 2 years, and you get up to $3,192 per week net income after all costs once built and tenanted. And this includes, your interest, your bank interest, your loan interest, includes your, all your running costs, everything. That's your net return, which is absolutely amazing. And you can certainly live on $150,000 a year once you want to retire. Here's a few examples of properties that we've already done. This one was renting for $550 a week, $600,000 we bought that property for, turned it into two of these beautiful rooming houses where you're getting $6,600 a week rent, $3,200,000 sale value with a $700,000 upside on that one. This is another one, $600 per week, $625,000 sale value, turn into this beauty. A pair of these beautiful rooming houses, $6,600 a week rent. That is the kind of potential that you can do with these developments. Now, let me explain exactly how this works in this short video. So how do we go from a property that looks like this, an old house earning $600 a week on a nice block of land, to two luxury rooming houses that can earn you $342,000 a year in rental income, plus give you a $1 million equity in less than 2 years. Once we have found a property that is suitable for the type of rooming house development we want to do, we will then go to the council, make sure we can get all the necessary approvals and development, zoning regulations, and we will knock down the old property that is on that particular site. We will also put in the necessary under the groundwork, such as electricity, plumbing, and all the things we're going to need to build the two properties that we want to build. We then build the footpath, the driveways, obviously the retaining walls on this particular site that needed to be built, right? And we prepared the site basically to build the two properties with all the services such as drainage, the electricity and everything we need to be able to pour the slabs. Now here you can see the two slabs for the two separate buildings. Now this particular site, we're using treated timber, which is we use in all our developments. It's more expensive, but we spend the money because we know it's worth it. We also use recording studio insulation and wall paneling to reduce the noise between each unit. and make sure that the tenants are not going to get noise complaints from the units next door. Once the fit out's done and the facade is done, we're getting the approvals as we go along the way. Everything's checked off by the council. The facades are meant to be attractive. In this particular case, we've got 1 2-story, 1 high-story property. Now, the interior designs are all luxury fit outs where we want to make it look like a home, not just a cookie cutter property that looks like a hospital room. As you can see, these are very attractive from the outside. The reason we have a 2-story and a 1-story is because we couldn't fit 2 1-story properties on that particular block of land. Ideally, you want a block that can fit low set because that's actually cheaper. The fit outs are all the same. This is the common area. These are the individual units. They're all luxury fit outs, right, with individual kitchenettes, big wall hung TVs, separate living and sleeping areas, right? Everything's fully furnished, fully equipped with executive living, luxury furniture, fans, outside courtyards, fully air conditioned. Each apartment is fully air conditioned. They all have clotheslines so that they can dry their clothes. All the mattresses, everything is provided. So the tenant just to bring the clothes and move in. But these stand out. These rents we're getting is anywhere from $550 to $600 a week, even in some areas, because they are a better product than anything else that's in the marketplace. Now the low set obviously has courtyards for each apartment or for each unit. The high set has balconies, right? So this one has individual units with outside courtyards. But again, luxury furniture, kitchenettes, full-size fridges, study desk, everything the tenants need to be fully comfortable. This is why we get the premium rents, and this is why we get the capital growth at the end of the development. You can see there are two ceiling fans, not just one. As I said, there is electricity saving devices in the home to cut your costs, and the whole property is basically done so that it saves you money also in running costs once it's finished. That's why the resale values and also as far as an investment goes, the returns are far and above anything else that's out there in the marketplace. Pretty amazing process, isn't it? So let me just run through the exact development 6-step process, which basically has you sitting in your armchair while we do all the work and you end up making all the money at the end of it. Number one, you engage Queensland Rooming Houses to manage the entire development process. Right? We help you organize your finance. You'll need $650,000 to $700,000 in usable cash or equity, depending on the land cost. We want to buy the land, and then we'll get construction finance for the build of the property. So you need to have that kind of available capital. If you have less, there's other opportunities that I can explain to you. But for this particular project, this is what you will need. Next thing we do is we find the land with subdivision or dual rooming house build potential. Here's a quick video that explains how that works. So these are the kind of sites we look for. Across the road from me is a big block that sometimes we can cut that one into 2, and then we will construct a rooming house or 2 rooming houses on the one side, because you can cut these in half and put 2 properties on there. They've got to be the right size, but we can do that specially to you, or if you've got a block of land, we can build on your land and construct a block like that. The actual design and shape will depend on the size of the land and what the council will allow in that particular location. We then get the land and building development approvals and permits. Everything is organized by ourselves. You're completely hands-off in this process. We then manage the build and internal furnishing and fit outs. The last step is that we're going to find the tenants for you and manage the property after it's built, so you've got completely worry-free property management. Now, we do get a management fee to handle this entire process and also the ongoing property management. So that's basically where we make our money in this particular process. Now, let me explain to you exactly how you find tenants by interviewing the actual builder and developer, Paul Zanetti, who has been doing this for over 8 years, and he's going to be handling this entire process for you. So let me just run a quick interview with him on how we find tenants. How am I going to get tenants? Like, let's say the property is finished now. How do you ensure that they're tenanted from day one?
Because we do all that. So basically we advertise for that, and we screen everyone. So we have a process where we go through a lot of background checks So we also have house rules. Those house rules, they've got to sign as part of their leases.
Yep.
So there's a lot of checks and balances we put in. So we've got to protect not just the other residents, we've got to protect the owner and the investor as well.
Okay.
We aim at what I would call key workers, people on medium to higher income. So we've got people on incomes as low as $80,000 up to $220,000. We've got doctors, IT workers, engineers, fly and fly out workers, people that are on high 5-figure to 6-figure incomes.
Okay. And typically, how long will it take to lease my property once it's built?
Generally, once it's new, it can take anything from, we've had them as fully leased in as little as 2 weeks up to 6 weeks, depending on the area, depending on the rents. But generally 2 to 6 weeks will fill your house.
And what sort of leases do normally people sign? But is it 6 months, 12 months?
Oh, sorry, it's 6 months to 12 months.
Okay.
And generally we find majority of them, they renew the leases.
Okay.
Rooming houses are pretty much a market-driven investment, so there's a huge demand. The reason that there's a huge demand from renters is because, as I said earlier, it's convenient living, where you pay one rent as a renter and you get everything. You get all your appliances, you get all your furnishings, you get all your bills paid just for one weekly rent. So there's both the convenience and the ease of paying the rent, where it's all in one. So we get renters that look around for accommodation. As soon as they walk into our rooms, they literally say, wow. I mean, our rooms and our rooming houses do have what they call the wow factor.
Yeah, okay.
So we have no problem filling them.
What would you say is your average vacancy rate for your properties right now?
Like 0%.
0%.
Like, as soon as we've got residents vacating, that, like, they give us notice. We do ask them, weeks ahead if they'll be leasing the room, and if they say that they will, and most of them do, but if for work circumstances or personal circumstances they don't lease the room, then we put it back on the market and pretty much we've got it filled. So there's generally about a day or two between turnover from one resident to another. Our rooms now start at $450 and go up to $600 a room.
And just to show you how our tenants absolutely love these developments, these are luxury rooming houses, executive living, and the people that live in them absolutely love them, and they pay much higher rents because it's like living in a hotel suite. So he's one of the tenants and explaining exactly why she loves this type of project and why she loves living there. What's it like living in one of these?
Quite luxurious.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like living there?
100%.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they've laid it out well. They've given us the privacy.
Yeah.
And that's what one can ask for.
What's your name?
Sophie.
Just first name, Sophie. Sophie, nice to meet you. I'm Peter. What do you think of these ones?
I think they're pretty great. They give you the feel of luxury.
Yeah.
While you've got your own space as well, because this is like built like a shared accommodation.
Yep.
But because of the layout of the property, it just gives you that privacy.
Yep.
That a lot of us look for. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really nice, to be honest, because I've lived in a few and I've yet to see some that are built like this.
Like that design. Yeah, I keep saying to people, these are the most luxurious ones that you can get on the market.
100%.
So from a renter's point of view, you think they're great?
They're really great investment too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna buy one?
I would love to, but the economy might not allow me to now.
Yeah, all right.
One day.
Okay, here's another before and after. This one, $640 a week rent, $700,000 value, and it was turned into it can be turned into two rooming houses like this, $3,750,000 value and $1 million upside once the development is finished. Now, why are we investing in regional Queensland and Townsville? Well, simply because the major capital cities such as Brisbane are completely now oversaturated and the land costs are much too high.
Okay, what's happening in regional areas?
Well, the regional markets have been a little bit more resilient. There are some pockets of growth. We're still seeing housing prices rising. So some good examples would be getting out to markets like Townsville in Queensland. Those are the markets where values are still rising.
Right, current vacancy rate in Townsville and other regional centres in Queensland are between 0.6% and 0.9%, well below the national and Queensland average. Right? Now, healthy vacancy rates are typically between 2.6% and 3.5%. Now, there's population projection growth from 240,000 people right now in 2026 to 314,000 people in 2036. Now, there's already a shortage now that is only going to get worse. It makes this one of the fastest growing regions within the whole of Queensland. And there's a lot of army infrastructure in Townsville. It's the largest garrison city with over 5,500 defence workers. Now, the Australian government provides rental allowance for defence workers between $220 and to $250 a week, depending on the rents and income. And there's also the added feature of the shortage of other accommodations in Townsville where the premium rents are being achieved today. Now, there's over $40 billion worth of infrastructure projects with 16,000 new jobs coming online with things like the Quinbrook Quartz campus, $1.5 billion. Right, you can see the jobs there, 1,200 jobs that are going to be created. The Copper String project, $2.4 billion, 800 jobs. GBR Aquarium, $180 million, 818 jobs. Eva Copper Mine, $2.3 million, 1,000 jobs. University Hospital expansion, there's going to be 165, new jobs. And plus there's a multi-units car park. Jet Zero Fuel, 700 million, 1,000 jobs. Now, all these people need to live somewhere. They're all making really good money and absolutely love this type of accommodation because it is a lot cheaper than staying in a hotel and it's a lot nicer than some of the really ordinary accommodation that is currently available. People often ask me who is going to be the builder because that's often a big worry. Now, Brisbane Rooming Houses actually manages the entire construction. They have recently completed a $15 million project comprising of 26 STA NDIS units in Townsville. Now, they have extensive rooming house construction experience in Brisbane, and it gives you a completion time frame with progress reports and penalties for delays. So we do things that no other builder will actually do. Now, there is actual penalties if it's not finished. There's also a warranty at the end of the build, and it's a completely seamless construction process which you'll be kept informed every step of the way. Now, it is owned, the construction company is owned by Paul Zenit. Now, he's the designer, the developer, and also the manager of the entire project, as well as managing the tenanting and finding the tenants once the project is finished, right? He oversees the entire project. And I have met Paul, I've stayed in his house, and he is super passionate about what he does. He loves his projects. You can see how beautiful these rooming houses are. And here's why Brisbane Rooming Houses Construction is the best quality rooming house builder.
So let's talk about your builder now, and who is your builder and what is their track record for the people that might be worried about, builders going broke and all that?
So we've set up our own company called ㍍Constructions. That's Brisbane Rooming Houses Construction. So I'm now a director and a shareholder. I started out as a developer and a designer of rooming houses. So now I'm actually involved with the construction.
Okay.
So my builder is Justin. He's 35 years old. He's got a diploma in construction management.
Yeah.
And he started out as a carpenter. He's worked for big builders, developers. He's done apartments. He's done commercial properties. He's just completed in Townsville a 24-unit, $13 million NDIS project, which he designed himself.
So behind me is a development that our builder just did. These were actually multi-occupancy NDIS properties. The project was started a few years ago. They're now fully filled with occupants.
He can literally build anywhere in the country. He's very nimble,
Okay.
very mobile. We're now building, in other regions in Queensland. So he's got a great team behind him. He produces all the construction programs for every project, very professional.
Paul is end to end. What he says that he's going to get in terms of his yields and his numbers in terms of rent, on the back end, that's what he's achieving.
Yeah.
That's what he's pushing for.
Fantastic.
He's then pushing the real estate agents. No, it's not enough.
Yeah.
We need whatever it is that he said for the room, and he will just go hard and get that down to the point where he's reviewing tenant applications.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Okay, for his clients.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's getting right into the
Very hands-on.
Yeah,
okay.
And so I like working with him because everything is covered.
So that was an interview with Paul and his builder, Justin, who will be managing the process on your behalf. So what is the next step? Well, number one is book a meeting with us and the developer and builder, Paul Zanetti. I'll organize a meeting with us. You pay initial $900 investments to confirm your intentions to go ahead, subject to meeting with our development finance broker. So if you can't get finance, then this fee will be refunded, right? And we'll just part as friends. This is all based on the premise that you're going to able to go ahead and do the whole project. Once finance is approved, then you sign an owner's agent's agreement, OAA, or the development manager's agreement, DMA, depending on whether it's a one lot subdivision or two lot subdivision. So it depends on the project, or whether we're just building a rooming house on your land. We can also do that. If you have an existing block of land, we can build this on your land, which would be a different process again. The end result is you retire in less than 2 years. You're turning a $700,000 investment into $1 million or more capital growth, and you're getting $3,190 a week net income after all costs once built and tenanted. And as I said, these are absolutely beautifully designed rooming houses. The interiors are absolute luxury. You can see some of the pictures here on the screen. Those are the latest interiors. It's an absolute luxury development, and this is why they're getting top rents, because there's nothing else like it available in the marketplace. Everybody else is trying to build cheap, right? What we're trying to do is be the best in the market for the tenants and also for the investor. So we're basically working for both parties. Now, the next step is book a strategy session with me if you haven't already done that, or text me, and I would love to talk to you about exactly how this process works and organize a meeting with Paul, who is going to be as a developer, the manager, and manage the process. And I hope that you're going to invest in the same investment. I'm investing in these as well. Paul is investing in them. His finance broker is investing in exactly the same project. So we can see that this is the best investment today, and we hope you can take part of it with us, and hope that we're going to be retiring in 2 years together. I'm already retired because of my investments in properties such as this one. So why don't you join me and look, do what you deserve. This is seriously the best investment that you can make. And I'm so enthusiastic about it because it is my last property investment that I'm actually making with my wife. And this is going to be basically set us up for life with this project. So I'll see you again and have a wonderful day.